Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm here joined with Carl from TheMoon. We're here on this jet right now, and we are going to talk about the dump, right? And how a lot of us feel about that.
Yeah.
It's stressful, right? Is it stressful for you?
Well, to be completely honest, no. Because, yes, I lost millions of dollars in the big dump, but this happened to me many times before. I remember the Corona dump. I also lost millions of dollars. I remember we fell like 60% in like 3 days, and my net worth plunged. But for me, holding Bitcoin is for the long term. I don't care about the short-term volatility when I look at my long-term holdings, and the same is now. I mean, for me, to be completely honest, I don't feel bad about Bitcoin going down. And I think that if you're holding Bitcoin, then you shouldn't feel bad. If you are feeling bad, then this probably means that you don't really know enough about Bitcoin to realize that this is a long-term play. This is not a get-rich-quick thing. And I understand if you bought the top. I understand that that's not nice. I actually know people that bought the top and they're down now on their whole investment, and I get it. But just hold strong. I mean, all dips on Bitcoin is just weak hands giving Bitcoin to strong hands, and every single dip you have more weak hands giving to more strong hands, and eventually it is the strong hands that will accumulate all the Bitcoin. So for me, I think it's very important to understand that it's a long-term play.
Exactly. And you know, a lot of billionaires and lots of rich people, right, lose a large portion of their wealth when some sort of crazy event happens, right? And you don't see them like trying to commit suicide, right? That, oh my God, I was a 100 billionaire and now I'm only a 50 billionaire. Oh my God, what am I gonna do, right? They just don't do that, right? And so it doesn't matter whether now if the number's a little in the hundreds of millions, you should feel the same way. And if it's in the thousands, right, you should also feel the same way if you're looking for a longer term play.
Yeah.
Right? And that's a key thing, right? Just buy, hold, and don't worry about it. Yes, I know it's scary. I know you want to be able to. You're looking at, oh my God, what if I need that money tomorrow? What am I going to do? And you know what? Think about when you didn't have any money and you needed some money, right? You've always found a way. So instead of like using the Bitcoins, should something happen, find another way and hold your Bitcoins. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, especially for you, you've been in this space since 2011, telling people to buy Bitcoin at very low prices. You know how important it is to just hold, right? I mean, I've been through 2017 hype cycle, I've been through this cycle now, but I've already learned from the last cycle that the only thing that a dip is just an opportunity to buy more. The whole bear market, the previous bear market, I was just buying, accumulating every single week. Actually, when Bitcoin was going down, I felt good because I was like, wow, now I can get more Bitcoin every week with the same amount of fiat. So that's a good point, I think. When Bitcoin is going up, it's harder for you to accumulate, let's say, one Bitcoin. Many people have that as their goal, have one Bitcoin in their wallet. But if Bitcoin goes to $100,000, that's going to be harder for most people, right? So you should celebrate the dip, because here's your chance to accumulate one Bitcoin. Actually, funny story, my assistant, because of this dip, he was able to buy the final piece to get to one full Bitcoin. So big shout out to my assistant. That's how that's the mindset you should have. Long-term play, accumulate.
Definitely. So, sorry to interrupt in the middle of the stream, but head over to BlockFi.com/DaVinciJ15 and you could earn $250, also 8.6% on your crypto. Of course, know your risks, and you'll be able to trade crypto over there. Also get access to a credit card, allow you to spend your crypto. Links are in the description below. A lot of people will say, okay, wait a second, Carl, right? You want me to accumulate this thing, and how do I know it's not going to go to zero tomorrow? How do I know, right, this is going to be a future asset that I should hold for 10, 20 years from now? Or whenever I want to like sell it. At least 5 years. At least 5 years, right? Because 5 years is the key for Bitcoin, because of the happening of it, right? But tell me, why do you think that people should be buying Bitcoin and not saving in the stock market, buying real estate, or opening up their own business, for example?
Yeah. Well, opening up your own business is actually something that I really recommend, because I mean, if you buy Bitcoin, you can make money on the upside potential. So if you let's say you have $10,000 worth of savings, you put it into Bitcoin, it goes 5x, boom, you have $50,000. Amazing. But wouldn't it be better if you could put in $10,000 every single week or every single month? If you create your own business, you can actually do this. And that's what I've done, that's what you've done, and that's how we've been able to make exponential gains, even more than you would expect maybe, because you can have this cash flow to always push in and buy every dip and buy all the time. So if you want to invest in your own business, then I would say go ahead, do it, take risk, because that's how you can make wealth, ultimate wealth. And then you put all the profit into Bitcoin. That's what I'm doing, that's what you're doing, right?
Exactly. What about real estate and stocks?
Yeah, that's another topic, because obviously real estate can give you cash flow, so I wouldn't say that it's a bad investment, but to me, I personally cannot find myself buying real estate now when I know about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just far too undervalued, far too powerful, far too scarce for me to put my money anywhere else. If I put my money anywhere else, it is going to be my own business, so I'm betting on myself, or it's Bitcoin. I mean, there's nothing else. Stocks are overvalued, definitely, a lot. You can see this, it's a big debt bubble. People are pushing all of this newly printed money into stocks, into real estate, into a wide range of assets. And I think that at some point the day of reckoning will come. I think a big stock market crash, a big real estate crash. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, next week, or in 5 years, or maybe even 40 years from now. But in my opinion, if you look for the next 20 years, I am extremely confident that if you buy Bitcoin versus these other assets, you will vastly outperform everyone else in humanity. There's nothing else that's going to compare to Bitcoin. The only thing that could compare is your own business. With your own business, you can 100x, 1000x your money actually. So that's what I would do. Your own business and buy Bitcoin.
Exactly. And why, I believe the reason why you should buy Bitcoin is Bitcoin is going to be the money of the future. And that's what we see with Bitcoin, why we're buying it today. Because it's going to be used directly as money. Everybody's going to be transacting in it. And why is that? Because it's divisible, right? It's limited in supply. It's also fungible, meaning that one Bitcoin is the same as the other, even though the media likes to tell you that's not true. but you know what? The upgrades will prevent them from doing their nonsense. But yes, and also Bitcoin, right? Cannot be stopped. There's no central authority. They can't point a gun at math.
Yeah. So I agree with you that Bitcoin is extremely powerful because it is the best form of money for a wide range of reasons. The ones that you talked about here, and if you just compare Bitcoin with gold, you can divide gold, yes, but Bitcoin is the most divisible form of money that human history has ever seen. We've never seen something that you can divide in 100 billion parts like this and send it so easily. And the fact that it's finite, the fact that it's decentralized, there are so many factors that make Bitcoin overpowered. Like there's nothing that can compare. And people say that gold is the best form of money, and if fiat collapses, gold is going to come back. But I think that, gold has been the best form of money for thousands of years. This is true. It has the track record. Bitcoin is only a little bit more than 11, 12 years old. However, just like back in the days, we used wooden ships to go on the sea. We used them for thousands of years, and we even used many old techniques for like cooking food or whatever for thousands of years. But today we have better technology. You don't see people making ships out of wood anymore, and technology is changing. The same is with money. money has vastly transformed in the past 12 years because of Bitcoin, and there's no reason to go back to a older, worse system when you have a better technology, because we're now living in a digital world, so we needed digital money. And I mean, obviously the dollar is already digital, so you could make the case that, yeah, we can use the dollar, but if you compare the Bitcoin with the dollar
is a promise of men, and Bitcoin is a promise of math. And math is not a promise, it's a fact.
Yeah. Bitcoin is light years better than the dollar. You can trust Bitcoin, you cannot trust the dollar. The dollar will rob you. Actually, every single day you hold the dollar, the Federal Reserve and other central banks are robbing you every single day through inflation. It's a continuous theft. They're stealing from you. And some people don't realize that, but that's happening right now as we're recording this video. But this can never happen with Bitcoin.
Exactly. And you know what? You're saying trust, but I don't think the word is trust. Trust Bitcoin. Because do you trust that 1 + 1 = 2? Or do you know that it's 2? Exactly. And Bitcoin, because it's code and math that you can read and learn what it is and how it's absolute, you'll know if you know something. It's different from believing in something, right?
Yeah.
So you don't need to trust; you just have to know, right? And yes, for most of us, I can agree that most of us can't read the source code, can't understand the what's it called, the white paper. I understand that. So yeah, you will have to trust us influencers that have read this stuff and understand it. But for most of us, the people who are developers like me and have had the time to look through this thing, we know that Bitcoin is real, it's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Thank you for watching. We're going to be doing many collaborations in the future. I hope to see you guys both on Carl's channel and on my channel, so make sure you head over to Carl, remove links in the description, and hit the like and subscribe when you watch his videos, and also hit the like and subscribe when you watch this video as well. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Bye-bye.